Hey guys, welcome back to Melissa's Cricket Creation Impromptu Live. We're gonna let a couple people get on here before I get in there. As always, go ahead and like this video so you can send it out to YouTube to tell everybody that hey, Melissa's Cricket Creation is live and y'all come on here. Look at this, look at this, look at this. But yeah, come on guys. So I'm gonna tell everybody and let's talk about pricing. Let's talk about pricing, baby. I know they ain't go together. All right, so I just invited everybody over. So hopefully people will be coming over. It's been a very busy week, a very, very busy week. Excited about the new orders coming in and the new things that are going on, leveraging things and trying to grow the business. So say hi when you come in. Go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not a part of Boss Beginnings, go ahead and join us, my Facebook group. Definitely, if you are a part of Boss Beginnings and you have work, go ahead and post it. I just finished with my chip bag class. If you are still having problems making your chip bags, if you watched both of my videos and you're still having problems making your chip bags, go ahead and join Boss Beginnings and sign up for our next class to come up. That'll be next month. And sign up in there and let's get there. Hey, Charlotta. See, you got your notifications on. Okay. Yeah, we're about to go over pricing in a little bit. We just finished our chip bag class. We made these. I guess I should cover her face. We made these. Aren't they cute? Oh, my internet is bad. All right. So a question that I get a lot that people are always asking me is how do I price my products? What do I do to come up with a number? How do I run sales? Should you or should you not show your pricing? Because I know we see a lot of people when people post they want something done, they'll say inbox me. So do you prefer or do you prefer not to show your prices? So before I tell you what I prefer to do, I just need you to hit the like button. If you're not a part of Melissa's Cricket Creation, go ahead and join Melissa's. Hey, Samaya. If you're not a part of Melissa's Cricket Creation, go ahead and join the Cricket Gang, okay? They go, that little girl bothering me again. She won't let me be great. And I want to know, do you post your price or do you not, okay? This one will go live. So let me know if you post your price or not in the comments. Hey, Heather. Hold on, guys. Let me know if you think it's a good idea to post your pricing or if you think it's best to discuss pricing in the inbox. Go ahead and drop it and let me know. And I'll tell you what I do. Okay. You want to make a price post? Yeah, I would too. Okay, since we got one person to answer, I'll go ahead and answer. So with me, I prefer to put my price out there. And to protect yourself, because right, you'll say, hey, chip bags are $3.50, and then they'll go, okay, well, I wanted my chip bags made with leather on the outside and da da da. So you just say prices started at $3.50, okay? So that way, okay. So that way, hell yeah. So that way, go ahead. That's fine. I'm online. Thank you. So that way, if they have something, definitely a price list. Okay. So you're still struggling with price. So for me, I'm gonna go over how I create my price list. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first started, I just grabbed the price and I went with it. I said, "It sounds fair. I'm gonna go with $3.50 per chip bag, per water bottle." And I just went with it, and I wasn't questioned. Nobody said anything because I didn't know pricing. I just, grabbing everybody else's price and going with it. But truly, how you're supposed to calculate your price, it depends on what you're trying to do. But I'm going to just say how I calculate my prices. So let's take these chip bags, for instance, right? So let's pretend, because I don't know how much I pay for this koala paper. No, let's use the Dollar Tree paper. So the Dollar Tree paper is $1 for 8 sheets, right? So let's put that in. You got 8 sheets divided by 1. So that makes them, they're like 12 cents a piece. If you round up, that means they're like 13 cents a piece. So let's see, do I have a pen? Let's write that down. So we have our paper that we're using that's 13 cents. I'm gonna write on the bag because this ain't going to nobody. So it's 13 cents. Oh, sorry. This is why I stopped going live, y'all. I got these little kids over here. All right, so the paper, let's write that down. That's 12 cents for paper. We use the Dollar Tree picture paper. Okay, so the chips. So let's say we get the big bag, right? So we're going to get the big bag of chips that you get 18 of them. I just bought them today. You get 18 of them for $7.99. So we can just round that up to $8 because we got tax to pay, right? And you get 18 of them. So that means it's 44 cents per bag. I'm going to record every video going forward. It's too much with these small people. So the chips are 44 cents per bag. Then we have our tape. All right. So it's $1. And let's just say you can make 24. You can make 24 bags with one thing of tape. Okay. I don't know if I'm stretching enough, but that's what we're going to do today. We're going to say we can make 24 bags for $1. So it's 4 cents. First, 4 cents for the tape. Now we have to print. So it depends on what type of ink you're using, but I calculated my print charges because if you get, if you're doing instant ink, I know the lowest package you can get is like $3.99 a month and it's 50 pages. So $3.99, I'm gonna just round up to 4. 4 divided by 50. So that's 8 cents per page that I print. All right. So 12 cents plus 4 cents plus 8 cents. So that's $1.76 to make the chip bags. So I'm starting to feel like I'm under charge. Okay. So we're gonna take this, and it's up to you. I always say times 3. Okay. Because how are you ever gonna run a special or anything like that if you only double it? So I'm gonna multiply it times 3. 176. Okay, that'll be $5.28 per chip bag. You know what? I think it's these chips that have gone up. 44 cents a chip. But no, I only charge $3.50. Let's see that 12 plus 4 cents plus 8 cents plus 44. That's right. Okay, so look, you gotta know your numbers because I'm low. So really, I should be charging about $4 a chip bag, at least $4 or $5 a chip bag, because I am spending $1.76 each chip, and that doesn't even include taxes. That's before taxes. But if you are buying the paper online, I guess it's cheaper because you get how many? 50 for about, let's look real quick. Yeah, with that right there, shit, that's kind of high. It's the chips that's the high part. Let's see, chip bag. Let's see how much this paper is, because I might have to do a price increase. I'm glad we did this today. Printing paper. Just checking the price so we can see how much we're paying. Okay. Okay, you get 100 sheets. You get 100 sheets for $14.99. Let's see what that is. That should be about the same price. 15 divided by 100. Shoot, that's even high. Make sure I'm doing this right. Yep, oh, it's 15 cents. Okay. So it's 3 cents higher, but the paper's better. But yeah. You got yours for $10.99? Okay, well I need to get with your plug. So 11 cents. Okay. So yeah, so still. But if you double it, let's just double it. 175 plus 175. That is 10, 14, 50. That's 250. So if you double it and you add an extra dollar, that's 350. You still, I guess you're still good if you do it that way. So that's how I mean, I guess you could check. I wouldn't just double it. I would do extra just because if you double it, you can never run a sale, right? Because if you run a sale, you're going to start chipping because you got to think about your time. Like you really didn't even calculate your time. Or what happens if you get a huge order and you have to pay somebody to come help you? So that means some of those chip bags you're not even getting paid for because you had to pay somebody to come and help you. So keep those things in mind as you grow and, you know, you might get larger orders that you might need help. And so you gotta always calculate in, you know, your time also. So if you double it, that at least takes care of your supplies, 100% profit. But then add a little more. I say times 3. But right now, add a little more to cover if you ever want to run the sale. Okay, so that's how I come up with my prices. Like I said, for chip bags, I charge $350. I'm reevaluating now that I've done the numbers. I'm reevaluating my $350 because it's kind of low, and people don't think about the time it takes. Right? People don't think about the time it takes to make that design. Like, I mean, yeah, I know you can design in your bed, but it still takes your time. So you got to keep your time in the consideration, and then your products, your printing out the chips. You know, unless you go to the, I don't know how much it is at Sam's. So I'm gonna see because I usually, my niece works at a chip place. I usually get my chips from her, and she get a whole box of them like real cheap. But if you go to Sam's, I think they're a little bit cheaper. I bought these chips. I bought these from Kroger's. I just know I just bought them, so I know they were 18 for $7.99, which is high. Okay. But if you can get some prices down, I guess you can justify this $350. But I'm rethinking. My $350 is kind of low. But yeah, but I want to talk about ways that you can but she said you can get the glossy paper for $10.99 for 100 sheets. So go for that. When I looked it up online, it said $14.99 on Amazon. But where are you getting your paper from, Heather? But we definitely want to find that, and we'll link it when we find it. Okay, so let's talk about whether or not we show our prices or not. We're definitely going to show our prices, okay? And like I said, just put starting at to cover yourself for people who want things extreme and you're thinking you covered everything in your price and then they inbox you and they want something like that you don't do. And so you have to charge extra. Close the door, please. But yeah, so just put starting at to cover yourself. I always have a price sheet because just think about when you go to a restaurant and they hand you a menu, you already know it's high. Okay, you don't even want to order no more. When they hand you a menu and you don't have no prices on here, you're like, wait a minute, like, you know, I don't even want nothing out of here now because I don't want to sound cheap and ask them, well, how much is this? How much is this? Or they hand you that drink menu. You don't want to sound cheap and ask, how much is this? How much is that? So I think a lot of people won't even reach out to you because, you know, it looks really nice and you never know how much somebody is charging. So, you know, you might not even, people might not even be reaching out to you because they're afraid of the fact that it might be too expensive. So if you put a price out there, to me, that's going to open you up to clients who might feel comfortable if they know, well, you know, that's something I can afford. You know, that's something I can work with. People about it. Oh, thanks for doing trees. Right? People, you can't expect people to, we know how long it takes us to do it, right? But no one else really cares, right? They just really free. You got it from Amazon? Is that the site? Okay. Maybe that's why it's up because that's outside. That's what people do. They buy and they resell it. We might need to do that. Okay. Sure. Be easier. Just go buy some. Because crafting is popping now. Y'all might want to think about that. Buy some of these products and resell it by high. They will buy it. Okay. But higher, I should say. But yeah, people don't respect, but it's not that they don't respect what you do. What they see is a piece of paper with some chips in it, right? So they're like, they can't cost that much, they can't take that much time. So, they try to hustle and price negotiate. But it's your job to stick to your prices and to know your worth and know what you're doing. And we all stick together. Remember, we're a community. So you can't be out here doing chip bags for $175, okay? Because that's gonna mess up your next crafters. And I know you saying I don't care, I'm just trying to get it, but you're not making money if you're trying that cheap. So remember, when you set your prices, like think about airlines. All airlines are about the same price when you look up tickets, because if they competed against each other based off price, they would just put each other out of business, because lower and lower, then no one wins. So what they did is they made an agreement and they all charge about the same price. And we got to keep that in consideration when we make our prices. We have to make sure that we're not lowballing ourselves, because when you lowball yourself, you're lowballing everybody else in the business. I know you say, well, I just want the order, but you're not making money. We just broke it down. You thinking in your mind it's just paper, but when we broke it down, look how much we're spending to make these chip bags. And that's just the chip bags. So make sure you're getting your time and your money's worth out of it. So we address how we come up with our prices. We have to know our numbers. We have to know how much we're paying for everything and break it down. So once you learn your numbers, you'll be shocked at how much you're spending per chip bag or per whatever you're making. Know your numbers, okay? Number two, and I suggest anybody that's on here from Cricut, I would suggest you switch over, because they don't allow you to use the whole paper. And so, time is money, money is time. Not only time is money, money is money. And so the less that you can put on a page, guess what? That's more money you're using, because now you have to print it out. Like, for instance, like sometimes I do four girl parties, because I do TV parties. Well, on Canva with my water bottle labels, I do chip bags $36 a done. Not about going up. I mean, hey, I say go up, especially if you're good at it, But water bottles, you only get 3 labels on a page, which I know 4 should be able to fit. So if I go over to Canva, I can get 4 labels on a page. That's saving me a sheet of paper. That's something else you got to keep in mind. That's saving me a sheet of paper. So if you're on Design Space, it's fun to learn and to start, bless you. But I would definitely upgrade to a Microsoft Word or something where you can put the full, use your full sheet of paper and just cut it by hand, because you're losing money using Design Space as far as these paper treats. Learn another program that you can use the full sheet of paper, because you're losing money. All right. So we've just talked about how we do pricing. We know our numbers, and we're gonna at least double it. Okay. And a little extra. When you double it, add plus something. I don't know how you're gonna do it, figure it out, but double your price and add something, because think about labor, your time. If you get a huge order and you have to pay somebody to come in, you don't want to lose money in a huge order, okay? So think about your time and add that into your price. All right, so now we talked about should we or should we not show our prices online. I say I did a research with my ads. I did an ad where I didn't put a price on it, and I did an ad where I did put a price on it. The engagement for the ad with the price was 10 times higher than the engagement for the ad without the price. And like I said, if you're good at what you do, your stuff looks nice, and it can be intimidating to people who know how much they want to pay and don't want to inbox you, because that's directly talking to somebody when you inboxing, right? All Southwest is too less. Okay, so you're good then. Yeah, because Silhouette allows you to use your whole page. Cricut does not. Design Space does not. But the thing is, people don't want to inbox you and they don't know what your pricing point is. Okay, like I said, if you're good at what you do, people assume that it's a lot, and they don't want to embarrass themselves, because what do people put on? What do you see people put online? Don't only serious inquiries. Don't waste my time if you're not ready to buy. Well, how are people gonna know if they're ready to buy if they don't even know what your prices are? So I say put your prices out there. Like I said, save yourself saying starting at, but put out there where people can feel comfortable that at least I know there's something that she offers that I can afford, or I know, oh, that's way out of my price range, so I won't waste her time. But I would say get you a price list, and I do have a video on my channel. Get you a price list together, and make it known what your price list your prices are on your price list, so people feel comfortable contacting you. Okay, because they don't want to waste your time and they don't want to feel broke. It's just certain things that you don't want to pay a lot for. So if you're not in my range, I don't want to inbox you and find out, because now I'm gonna stop responding, and now you're gonna think I wasted your time, and it's just you're not in my price range. So let people know what you charge. And when you're making your prices, like I said, charge your worth. Go ahead, start now. Don't say I'm gonna go up later. Or let's say this. If you are going to charge cheaper, do that with friends and family in the beginning, and only through 3. Do 3. I'm talking Spanish. Okay, only do 3. Okay, so you remember on my pricing video, when I told you about finding new customers, I said make a list of friends and family and call them and let them know, hi, my name is Melissa. Now I'm doing party favors, and I just want to ask that, if you have a party or something coming up, keep me in mind. And, the first 3, because we're only going to do 3. We're not going to do a whole bunch of, cheap parties. And, you're going to definitely cover your costs, but I know you're just trying to build your portfolio. And, my first 3 customers that I get, I'm only charging, pick what you want to pick. If you want to do your chip bags for $250 and only make double, I mean, that's fine, and just let them know. I usually charge, so send them an invoice with the correct price on it, and then show where your discount is, so they know, like, hey, I'm discounting this for you. And so when they go refer a friend, they won't ever say these words, girl, she cheap, try her out. You don't want people saying that about you. You don't want to be the cheap one, okay? People will pay for it if it's nice. So if what you think is nice, maybe not even what the next person is thinking nice. So don't short yourself, is all I'm saying. Put it out there and let them decide whether they like it or not. And just always keep working on your craft, because if you short yourself, then you have the money to take the classes to learn maybe Photoshop or learn another program to get better. You don't have the money to buy more stuff and do mock-ups and stuff. Like, you remember your business, you wanted to at least break even and pay for itself. So you're not just paying for your supplies and your time and all that. You are paying for that, but not just that. You have to get better at what you do. You're gonna have other stuff you're gonna pay for, like in my class that I said, if you're gonna do Canvas $14.99 a month, I think it's a great investment. But if you're just charging the bare minimum to make yours, are you gonna have the extra $14.99 a month to pay for your Canva? Or if you want to take a class to learn how to do Photoshop, are you gonna be able to take the money from making your treats to do that? Remember those things when you're making your pricing. It's not about just getting a customer. Okay, that's beautiful, that's nice. Remember, you are creating, for your future. So you have to keep that in mind when making your pricing. So yes, we're going to show our prices. Yes, we're going to charge what we're worth. And if we are going to do discount, guess what we're going to do? We're going to do 3 of them, and that's it. And we're going to call family and friends. I did treats for 2, family and 1 friend. I would, let's put it up here. Okay, I did treats for 2, family and 1 friend. 1 was my cousin, and she was willing to pay. She loved it. Family will support you, okay? I know everybody say family doesn't, but sometimes they do. But you got to remember, it has to be something they need. Don't call me asking buy some treat bags if I don't have a birthday till next year. You see what I'm saying? So you can't get mad if it's not something that they need. That's not them not supporting you. It's that they don't need it yet. So keep that in mind too. Call people with birthdays coming up. Call people that have events coming up and offer your services. And don't get mad when people tell you no. If they can't afford it, they can't afford it. Doesn't mean they don't want to support you. It just maybe right now is not the time. Just keep your smile going. No, my Photoshop. It used to be. Now Photoshop is a month, well, at least the one I have, it's a month-to-month payment or whatever that you have to make. I think it's like $26 a month. So yeah. Now I think you probably can get it downloaded to a computer. If you know somebody who has the software, you can buy it all the way up. You can buy it. It can be, let me say that. It can be, and you can have it downloaded to your computer. But I do it from my phone. So I'm paying a month-to-month fee, whatever. But it can be a one-time fee. I don't know if they still have a one-time fee. I know it used to be you be able to download it to your phone, but they changed everything. I know I'm paying a monthly fee. That's all I can say. All right. So So we went over pricing. We went over, should we show our prices? Now let's talk about when we're trying to get new customers and we're trying to build our business. I see a lot of people saying, well, how do I get interest? Should I lower, can I run a special to intrigue people? I'm going to tell you something, and you can believe me or not. And I know, because we all do it, and we just want to cut the prices. It's going to make people buy our product. It doesn't work for me. And I tried it over and over again. Like I said, I've been in business for 8 years now. And what I found is either they're going to buy it or they're not going to buy it. Okay. Like, because your price drop is not going to be that drastically different. If you'll pay $250 at your bag, you'll pay $350 at your bag. So you cut it, and what happens is you're cutting your price for people who would have paid your full price anyway. Okay, so I'm telling you, I was in business. Like I said, I did a kids spot for. I used to want to pack out my girls' night out. So my girls' night out was only $25. It was for 2 hours. But, we painted nails and stuff, fun. And so what I used to do is, because I was like, I want it packed, right? So I was like, what I'll do is I'll run a special and I'll make it $15. And it never really increased my numbers. I would still have around the same amount of girls. Each week that I did the girls' night out, I just made less money. And so I came to the fact that, like, people are not coming because of my price, because $25, $15, it's almost the same. So people are, maybe they would have came up and made it $5, but I wasn't going that low, okay? But people were not coming because of my price. But in my mind, because, I'm a cheap person, I thought, well, if I lower the price, they'll come. No, maybe offer them something that they want, like intrigue them, like pick one product and stick with it. Because you're posting all the time, you thinking everybody else is seeing it all the time, just like because you're posting all the time. You got to remember about Facebook algorithm. They might not even be seeing your post, and people have to be introduced to your post over and over again before they act on it. So if you're trying to intrigue people, don't necessarily think I need to run a sale unless you're trying. See, people do that in retail because they're trying to get rid of stuff for the next season. We're not trying to get rid of anything. We're trying to sell stuff. So you don't necessarily have to run a sale that's going to, you can if you want to. I'm not going to stop you. But I don't think that's the answer. The answer is to be consistent. If you basically do birthday parties, go find you some jokes, or that little girl who pulled the little girl head and because she blew out a candle. Go find those type of things to get people engaged and intrigued into your page. Ask them questions, even when they're not answered. Just keep showing up in front of their news feed and show your product. You have to show up for yourself every day, over and over again. And sometimes we do too much, right? So pick a product that you're really, really good at. I'm not saying that you can't do the rest of it, but when you're marketing, you need to market your best product for 30 days. Pick one product, market it for 30 days, okay? And just push it. And don't just post it. Like, tell the benefits of it. Tell jokes to go along with it. So like I said, we do birthday parties. Put up some birthday party jokes. Show some birthday parties. Ask, what's the most important part of birthday parties? One time I asked, do we have to feed the adults at birthday parties? Do I care if we have to feed adults at birthday parties? Of course not, because I'm not. No, I'm just saying, I do sometimes. But we don't really care whether or not we have to feed the adults. You're just trying to get people to comment on your page, okay? And maybe start a birthday club. Like, you really have to think outside of the box instead of just doing sales to get people's attention. Because all you're doing is people who would have paid you full price are now paying you a discounted price because you ran a sale. Okay, she said, Heather says, I also do childcare, and I get so many messages about how much I charge, and they say I'm too high, $100 a week. Listen, I don't know where you can go for childcare that's not uncertified, that's less than $100 a week. People will pay it. Think about, like I said, brand yourself. Think about iPhone. When iPhone comes out with a new iPhone, do they ask us what we want? Nope, they don't. Do they go cheaper? Even though they've taken away stuff, they took away our headphones. They've taken away our charger plug, and they went up. They did not go down, they went up because they created demand for a product. You have to know your product is one. Think about these people that are out here charging $1,000 for parties and more, okay? That's the starting price, and more, and are booked up, okay? Because they had a vision and they stuck with it. You don't think people called them and told them that they were too high? But do you see them running specials? No. Charge what you're worth. Stick with it. Advertise, engage with your customers. And when people inbox you and tell you too high, say, I definitely understand. And tell them what they can get. I can get you some water. I can make you some water bottles with a water bottle label. Or I could just do, maybe I can't put the chips in here, the 44-cent chips that we just found out. I can't put the chips in here, but I can print out the bags. And if you want to stuff them yourself, I can do that. But don't lower your prices. Your prices are your prices for a reason. You don't want to be out here working for free, because that's not why we're here. We're here to make money. Every time, like they told me, every time you lower your prices, just remember, if you have a kid, you just took money out of your kid's mouth, okay? So stick to your prices. Get better at your craft. Take jobs as they come. A lot of us still working full time anyway. So this is just something we're doing on the side. Don't get discouraged, because people will have you thinking, oh, it's my prices. And then you lower your prices, and what happens? You don't get more clientele because you lower your prices, right? Unless you're going to do it for $1. And they might say that's too high. If the chips ain't for 50 cents, people crazy out here. So there's nothing wrong with your price, because I'm just going to give you another example. When I started my TPs again, I was doing 6 TPs for $250 for my first 3, because I said I give myself 3 to do it just so I can get the pictures, right? And people were telling me I was too high, or people wasn't responding. And I was like, well, how low do these people want me to go? And this one lady, she inboxed me, she wanted 12 TPs for $350. 12 TPs. You know how much work it is to put them TPs up? I'm not doing it. Because I know how much time it takes. I know she can't replicate it for $350 for 12 TPs with the mattresses. These people don't know what you're doing, okay? And I don't want you out here shorting yourself because a customer is trying to make you think that your stuff is too high. Know your worth. Do your numbers. So when they call you and they try to lowball you, be like, no, shoot, it's $7. We just figured out what it's $175 just for materials. I can't do it for $2 a chip bag, because that means I'm only making 25 cents. When you put it like that, okay, because now I'm thinking I gotta go up. When you put it like that, it makes you think differently. Fine. Figure out your pricing. I have a pricing video. Okay. Not a pricing video. I have a price list video to teach you how to make price lists in Canva. Okay. So figure out your pricing. Stick to them. You're worth it. You're doing this to make money, not to lose money. Okay. If you're doing it to lose money, you'll be doing it as a hobby. You're trying to make this a business. And because you're trying to make this a business, you have to stick to your grounds and work on your branding, work on your logo. Put your message out there, engage with your customers, and you got this, okay? I didn't say it was going to be easy. I didn't say it's going to happen overnight. When it dries up, you got to be creative. Look and see what holiday it is and make stuff towards that holiday and put it out. You should have been doing Easter baskets. You should have been doing Mother's Day baskets with your product. You got Father's Day coming up. Make some Father's Day chip bags and stuff. You got Juneteenth. Do some Black History facts on the chip bag and put it out. You can do this. You just got to look and see what people are buying, and you got to figure out, how do I fit into this? And don't just skip all over the place, because it's going to be hard to market. So take 30 days, pick one product that you're really, really good at. And if it's chip bags and Capri Suns and maybe some Laffy Taffies and whatever else, put a basket together. And for 30 days, push that basket like your life depends on. Tell jokes with it. Do whatever it is you have to do to engage your audience, and just start there and build. When you focus in and you show up for yourself every day, results will happen. It can't help but happen if you're good at it. It can't help but to happen. Okay, let's see. It says, Heather says, yes, an iPhone is expensive. I'm dreading getting another phone that I need so bad. Oof. Who you telling? They got us paying card notes on these phones. Do you only do one type of chips? No. I just get the mixed bags, and only time I do one is if that's requested. If it's not requested, then I just do a mix. Okay. I just do a mixed bag. Now I do see some people put on there what type of chip it is. I would only do that if it requested, because I ain't trying to do no extra work. Okay. All right. Do you only do one type of chips? Okay. I answered that one. It says, I got a price list from Google that I'm going to tweak. Okay. That's cool. Also, is a great thing to do is look at the people in your area. Okay. Look at their prices. They have their price listed. Look at them and compare yourself to their price list or whatever. If they too low, don't go too low. Know your numbers, but just look and see what what they are charging. Also another great thing that bigger companies do is you have your introductory products. So if you do want to run a sale, think of something that does it, like these mini gummy bears that I bought. It's like itty bitty gummy bears, right? So maybe you don't charge for the gum, like you add them to a package, right? You don't let them be a standalone, but maybe they're like something that entices people to do more, right? So you get these itty bitty gummy bears that you probably can put 4 or 5 of the labels on. Chloe, hand me my gummy bears, the little bitty ones. You can probably put 4 or 5 or 6 of the labels on one page, and they're really small. So like a pack of them are like $2, and you can get like 100, or like the Laffy Taffies are a good one to Airheads, not Laffy Taffies. Airheads, another good example of that. You can put multiple on the page. They're only like 10 cents a piece. Maybe you only charge, as a special, maybe you only charge like 50 cents for them, but you don't ever sell them alone. You sell them as an add-on to a package to entice people. Like, oh, you get the chip bags. So your chip bags are $3.50, $4. So you got to go up. You get the chip bags for X amount of dollars for $3 with the water bottles, and you add on the Laffy Taffies, for cheaper to make it look like they get so much stuff, but you're not losing money, and you're using the Airheads as like the enticer, but don't ever lose money. That's what I'm saying. Okay. But I guess that's all I really have today. If you guys don't have any questions for me, if you have any questions, go ahead, drop them down there. As I said, don't forget to join Boss Beginnings. Please post your questions and your work, because I want to see what you're doing. We're almost to 3,000 members, so I'm excited about that. Next week, I will be adding to the files and some cool stuff that you can use to grow your business to the group. And I just want to see you grow. Also, I know I said it a million times, but I'm trying to get to 4,000 watch hours. So that's why I've been trying to go live on here, and we could just talk, and you can tell me about some things that you have questions about as far as business, and we could just work through it, and you tell me what works and what doesn't work. But if you guys have any questions about pricing, put them in. I'm gonna actually make a video. So I'm gonna put a post up about, hey, let me know your questions about pricing, and I want you guys just flood all your questions, and then I'll try to create an actual video just about pricing, and I'll upload that, because I know we said we were gonna talk about pricing. So yeah. But yeah, guys, if you don't have any questions for me, like she said, have you seen anyone do just treat bundles? When you say treats, are you saying wrappers, or like treats like candy apples, and what type of treats? Like candy apples and strawberries and stuff like that? Or are you saying like for birthday parties, like the chip bags? Because that's all I do. That's not all I do, because I do TP parties. But I'm saying, when some people that book me, they only want me to do like the chip bags. I have my price list includes a t-shirt, chip bags, Capri Suns, and the Airheads, because the Airheads are the cheap ones. Another thing you can do to drive down costs is you can use regular printer paper instead of using like all this fancy paper. Especially if you're dealing with a cheap person. If you want to just charge $3 or something like that, use regular printer paper instead of using the more expensive paper. That would help save on cost, because you get like 1,000,000 pages cheap. I don't know the prices, but yeah, so that'll help you save on cost. And then if people want the glossy, you can make them. You can upgrade. Like if you want it to be on gloss paper, it's only an extra blah blah blah. Sell it, make it sound nice. Oh, it's gonna be so nice. Like that glitter paper. I had that on my hot gummy bear challenge video. I showed you what the glitter paper looks like for the chip bags. So go check that out. But that glitter paper is so pretty, but it's expensive because it's 10 pages for $4.99. That's a lot, right? So that's $2 a page. But yeah, if you can upsell it and put it in the package, you're like, oh, look how pretty this is. Like that's a great selling point. You got to make them ask you for it. Like when people call you and they say things like, give me your deluxe package, I want everything you have, give them the glitter. give them the shine, give them everything, okay? And don't be afraid to charge. I know we always think about ourselves and we don't want to charge too much. Do not be afraid to charge what you work. Like chip bags, juice, Rice Krispie treat, are 4 or 5 treats, 12 dozen. So yeah, so hello, Wizzo. Thank you for joining. So yeah, people do that. I do it. I have that type of package. You can do that. And people will buy it because it's like the extras for the table. And people love to see their kids' pictures on their treats. So that's cool. Okay. So yeah, definitely put you together just some treats. What you can do, put different amounts. So different level. You have your basic, your silver, and then you can have your platinum. You know, or your gold and your platinum, and put it together. Add a backdrop to it. You know, and charge more. I got a video on that. Mhm. But add a backdrop to it, and charge more or whatever. Just, give the people what they want. And sometimes you might have to spend a little bit of money to do a mock up to show people what it will look like, but it'll be worth it because this is your business. And if you don't care, who else is going to care? So just remember, sometimes we got to do things just to make, so people can see what it looks like, so they can get a visual. We're visual people, so people can see what it looks like. So, don't be afraid to spend the money to put yourself out there. And don't be afraid to call your friends and family. I say this every time because I just want people to do it. Don't be afraid to call your friends and family and let them know what you're doing. Hey, my name is such. Hi, this is Melissa. Just want to let you know I just launched my Melissa's Cookie Creation. I make chip bags and da da da. And you know what I do when I have like orders. I don't know if you make T-shirts or not, but like when I get other orders like T-shirts and things like that, sometimes I just give them a free cheap bag for no reason, so they can know like this is something I can do. Like when I did that painting party, I gave her a free chip bag in her theme one, in her theme with my information on the back of it, just so she could see. So she has kids. I'm pretty sure she got graduation parties and all this stuff coming up. So it's just like letting you know, like, hey, I know I do canvases, but I do chip bags too. So in the future, if you want me, here you go. So you are your walking advertisement. Get you some shirts made. Make you some shirts because you have a silhouette. Make you some shirts with your name and your logo on it. And on the back of it, maybe you can put "Ask Me About" and then your number or your website, however you want to be contacted on the back. And it's summertime. You'll be a walking billboard, and put some pictures on there. Ask me about my treat tables. Ask me about my party favors. Put something on the back of your shirt to say that and have your logo on the front. And be your own billboard. Get you some hand totes and walk around with it. Like we so busy advertising everybody else stuff, we forget to advertise our own. Like be your own billboard. Wear your own stuff. Let people know who you are and what you offer. And get you a digital business card so that people don't want to touch people anymore and all that stuff. You can just airdrop it to people, and they can have your information. But do you have any other questions for me? I know it takes a little while for this stuff to come up, but I want to thank y'all for coming out and listening. Don't forget to join Boss Beginnings, okay? We will be talking about the Porsche and some of y'all can't put me because I said I didn't think Porsche was wrong. Because I don't think they were friends. I think they were work associates, not to go there. But I don't think they were friends. I think they were work associates. So I know people don't agree and say she violated what is it, girl code. But I was like, she don't know that lady, It's just like somebody that started new at your job. You're friendly, you're nice, but are y'all friends? Whatever. But yeah, we're gonna do the video on that. I want you guys to come out and tell me what you think about it. Probably do it tomorrow at 8:30. So if y'all don't have anything to do tomorrow night, which I know is Friday, that's why we're gonna switch it to Thursdays, but couldn't switch it this Thursday because I had stuff to do. So I was on the road. But starting next week, we're gonna put them on Thursdays nights. But we're gonna talk about Porsche and Oh Boy and Simon. And if y'all think I already know because y'all already said y'all think she violated girl code, but I think Simon was wrong. And I have a list of 5 reasons why he was wrong. But we'll talk about that at Sip and Craft. So I hope to see you guys at Sip and Craft. If you have any more pricing questions, I'm going to put it in the Boss Beginning. Go ahead and comment on that one and let me know what your questions are so that I can address it tomorrow at the beginning of Sip and Craft. Do you do digital business card? Yes. So I do have a digital business card, and all it is when you make your business card, you just put it on your phone. I mean, it's just online, and so that way you can airdrop it to people that don't want to be touched. You know, just send it to them, and that's assuming that everybody has an iPhone. I know, right? That's arrogant to assume that everybody, but most people do. You know. She does not. Right. She said they asked her to bring her on as a friend. And so that's how she's like, this is my friend, da da da. But she didn't know her. She didn't know her like that. And then, you know, they say fella been cheating since her and Simon been together. So, you know, they weren't happy, you know. Everybody was just trying to come up. And it just is what it is. That's how I look at it. It is what it is. But we always blaming a woman, even though Simon was the one that was married to her. That was his responsibility. But we'll talk about it tomorrow. I hope you come to the Sip and Craft tomorrow at 8:30. Hope to see you there. And bring all your questions about Priceless, and because I can go over it again if I need to, if you think of anything. And yeah, I want to thank you. Thank you for your questions and making this engaging. And thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you. And thank you, Wizzo, for popping in. I appreciate you too. And until next time, guys, join Boss Beginnings. Watch a video, please. And stay crafted. Bye, guys.